So Orban's party has won the elections in Hungary. Besides, we know about the corruption in the country, about his permanent confrontation with the European Union. How do you explain his popularity among people?
The explanation is very simple, that all this moment that you mentioned is not so important, are not so important as a topic about migration, about saving Hungary, about this emotional topics, emotional items, about culture, about identity, about Christianity, so less.
And the whole campaign was focused on Orban, on his corruption scandals and so on. What are the other key points? For example, can you tell us more about this Soros thing in Hungary?
Soros topic was one of the main topic provided by Orban's party. It was the one of this big topic, migration topic, and it was created some of the myth about Soros' plan. Nobody could explain in Orban's team what is this an Orban plan, but they tried to block it in EU level, in United Nations level, and use this Soros plan topic in media, that we are struggling against this, and Soros plan means that Hungary will become the country of migrants, not of Hungary's. Soros plan became even kind of meme, kind of joke even, because according to some researchment, not all Hungarians believe in this plan, that this plan exists and what it means. And in last months, Viktor Orban's team decided just to change the focus of this campaign from Soros and its plan to close to the migrants. That this is the main danger, this is the main problem, and this is the main topic of the E-Day, that Hungarians should decide they are supporting the real Hungary, strong Hungary and independent Hungary, or they will become even migrants in their own country.
And talking about media and so on, in one of your articles about Hungarian elections, you mentioned that Orban extensively used media to influence the voting process. We are all familiar with those tactics, but can you tell us more about what tactics they used, and have there been any resistance from civil society for that?
First of all, it's important to understand that from 2010, 2012, Fidesz controlled all media in the country. They changed the law, and it was very, huge scandal, and it was the big discussion between Budapest and Brussels as well, and inside the country, according to this law, because it was the discussion about censorship and about the control of the media. One more scandal, it was about the main one more scandal was about the main oppositional newspaper, which was closed in 2016. It was like the story about that this newspaper will have a new owner, but at least now we couldn't find this newspaper. It closed already, and I think that this campaign will be in kind of guidelines of PR and about all these political techniques, how to use media and how to create through media some kind of myths, manipulation through the special stories about migrants, using this fake news, and how through the media get this great result, this great support, how to manipulate people and create even this this story about Soros plan, that nobody can explain and could show this Soros plan. So this is the great story and great case for scientists even who are interested in this techniques, this PR technologies and so on.
And Hungary is one of the EU members, so should we, after such a dirty campaign, expect some reaction from European Union, some restrictions, because we know that Hungary gets some financial help from European Union?
Yeah, this is one of the main topic right now. What will be after this big victory? How Orban change or not his behavior, his policies, and one of the main expectation is that Orban will change his politics with Brussels and with neighborhoods as well. So it should be more, more constructive. In 2020, it should be signed a new agreement with the Brussels about this cooperation, about money. So the big expectation is that from this moment, Orban should be more polite in dialogue with Brussels, and there is a great basement about for this transformation, because despite all this problems with Brussels, Viktor Orban has very good relations with Juncker and with all these politicians. So I think for Budapest it will be not the problem to change this style.
And Hungarian electoral laws allow Hungarians from abroad who live in other countries also to vote. What can you say about this segment? What was these people's role and how the campaign targeted this segment?
In these elections took part close to 400,000 Hungarians abroad who live in Romania, Ukraine, Serbia, and these voters gave 3 mandates in new parliament, and from Ukraine it's not so big number of voters who voted. The problem is that we don't know how many, because according to Ukrainian law, Ukrainians couldn't have a second passport, but in reality many of Hungarians in Transcarpathia region have this passport and they took part in this election. Somebody voted in Beregovo and Uzhgorod in this of chancellor's embassies. Somebody traveled to Hungary. I think it could be maybe 20,000-30,000 people, no more.
And you have been to Transcarpathian region during these elections. What can you say? What was people desire to go to vote? Did people want to go there?
There were no campaign in Transcarpathia, so we didn't see billboards or something like that. But it was kind of agitation, it was kind of propaganda, but very, very, low in only this community of Hungarian community. Mostly Hungarians in Transcarpathia voted for Viktor Orban and his party, but it was, I think so, very low turnout. The main point is that during this day, during Sunday, it was very quiet atmosphere here in Transcarpathia, without this provocation, without any conflicts. So this is a good signal from Ukraine to Budapest that despite we have a lot of problems, we have a lot of very problematic questions, but we should restart our dialogue and we should find common sense in different and very difficult topics.
Okay, Dmytro, thank you very much for explanations. We talked about Hungarian elections where Viktor Orban won in the third time, and Dmytro explained us what to expect.